Well, hey kiddies, it's Retro Dad. It's been about 3 years since I started doing my game collecting series. A lot can happen in a mere 3 years with video games and prices. So we're going to do a recap of all my episodes. Now, if this is the first episode you've seen, it's understandable. I haven't really set a lot for public viewing. That'll change from now on. You can see all my retro collecting series, Retro Dad episodes, and dozens and dozens of short films and content at www.sowrongfilms.com. Check it out, we have tons to view. Well, this is the first episode of mine you've seen. Well, that's perfect. Welcome to the show. And we're going to look at all my past episodes of Volume 1 and 2. We're going to change some things up for Volume 3. My very first beta or test video was done in December 2012. It was a quick video of my retro collection, plus a little of my modern gaming collection, a lot of collector's editions, and not the whole collection though. This footage would stay buried on a mini DV tape for almost a year plus. I forgot I made it until I was archiving family footage. I briefly contemplated doing a retro game collecting series for HFG Gaming back around 2011. After a strange event in 2010 when I lost a bunch of files on my computer, a lot of my gaming concepts got put on hold. I wasn't sure about it, so I didn't make videos for it at the time. Truthfully, I was also working on other films that took up most of my time, and I was in my master's program as well. I officially started doing the retro game collecting series in September 2013. Episode number 1 was a brief overview of collecting NES. I didn't go over accessories though. I wasn't very happy with this video, and I ended up re-editing about 5 or so months later, and it wasn't released until a year after that. Although this video has some good advice about the hobby, the prices are all outdated. For the most part. We'll discuss prices and the changes of the market throughout this overview episode. Yes, it's a clip show, but I'm updating the information. My second video was filmed right after the first one. Here I chat about my collection. I wanted to archive my video game collection on video. That was a major reason I wanted to do it. Insurance reasons and keeping a visual record of it is just a good idea. I recommend if you have a decent collection of anything, archive it. You never know when you might need a visual proof of it later on. This was done 2 years ago, and it has changed. Wow. I think I had about only 325 NES games. I don't think I had my action set complete in the box either. Now I've added over 100 NES games since this video was made. I know that doesn't seem much, but I also increased games and consoles for other systems like Sega, Game Boy, and the Super Nintendo. Plus, I've had a smaller budget to work with than I'd like. I took a trip to Portland's gaming convention in 2013. I didn't record a lot of the actual convention, which is a real shame. I wish I did. My camera on my phone sucked. As you can see, the smoky-ass pictures from it. This was the first year I went to the Portland Retro Gaming Convention. Every year I wanted to go, but something kept getting in the way. Now, I make sure I can go every year. Oh yeah, I took a list with me, but I ended up tossing it to the side. It was too crazy for a list. Look at the prices. That game is now twice that. Retro collecting is still very hot, and more people are getting into it. I'm not alone in the belief that prices are ridiculous now. It wasn't like that about 4 or 5 years ago. You could get NES games for a decent price. True, there are still a lot of NES games you can get for under $10, but the list is getting smaller for that amount. I just wish I would have bought more of the expensive ones then. I rushed this video out. My fourth video talked about garage sales and Goodwill hunting. It's true what I said back in 2013. I still haven't found any good deals when it comes to video games at Goodwill. I haven't been able to since 2010 or 2011. I just love the Sega Nomad. It's now the year 2014, and I'm going to another convention. Episode 5. It's another gaming convention called Colts Gaming for Kids. It's such a great convention, supports a really good cause. This is my second year going to the event. For some reason, I didn't record any footage for this one either. I'm not sure why. Colts took place on March 22nd, and I didn't finish this video for almost a month. I got Godzilla 2 in an X-Rental cut box for $65. That would be almost $85 if not $90 today. I got Scat for $42, good price. Now it's about $81 loose. The Virtual Boy I got for a real good deal too. I got the Virtual Boy in the box, pretty much almost complete with the game for about $100. 2015 prices are looking at between $150 to $200. Yeah, Legacy Movies from the box I just recently got. Oh hey, yeah, I didn't do any videos for about 6 months when it came to the Retro series. I recorded Sealed and Unsealed episode 6 around October 5th, 2014. It was a real fast edit. You know, I'll be honest, I really don't write scripts for my collecting videos. I just do it on the cuff, ad-lib, improv style. Episode 6, I just bought 2 sealed games from a private seller the day before. I wanted to explore the idea of collecting sealed games. I thought I'd make a good topic. I tend not to collect sealed. I have a few PS2 and a few other newer games that are sealed, mostly because I just didn't have a chance to play them yet. And now, most likely I won't open them. I usually don't spend the money on sealed games either. I know some people do, and that's why I made the video. Tiny Toons Cartoon Workshop is factory sealed. In the video I call authentically sealed, which is true, it is. Chiller though, might be resealed. I don't think the seller I bought it from did it. If it's not factory sealed, I think the person he got it from resealed it. Chiller has gone down in price since I did this video as well. A sealed copy used to go upwards of $250. Now it's about $124 give or take. Complete in the box goes for around maybe $108. For CIB and maybe a possibly factory sealed chiller, I got a decent price for it. I paid $25 brand new for Cartoon Workshop. Today's prices? Well, you'd pay around maybe $50 for it. I'm making this video in September. Episode 6 was done last October, so it almost doubled in a year. It's October. Once again, the Portland Retro Gaming Expo is upon Portland gamers. Episode 7, Part 1, we go inside the event. I filmed it this time. This portion of the clip show will have some never-before-seen footage as a special bonus. I started the weekend off with seeing the AVGN movie at the Hollywood Theater, along with a Q&A with Kevin Finn, the producer of the film. He's also been one of the actors on the AVGN show. For some reason, I no longer have any clips or stills from the Q&A or the panel at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. That is why I kept the AVGN movie out of anything to do with Part 7, including my mini review. It was positive.
My hat's off to you guys. I'm bald to put my hat back on. Ooh, I want to scare everyone away.
On to the actual expo. It's me, the Mario. Here we go. Look at this! Awesome! Love Punch-Out! It's one of the 5 arcade games I would love to own. So many games. Having an overload. Goonies 2 for what? You fucking crazy? You are seeing that correctly. It is a 5-screw variant. I wouldn't pay for that much. I'm happy with my 3-screw. Screw you, 5-screw Goonies 2. This seller had some interesting prototypes. Expensive, but interesting. Willy Wars. I remember seeing a commercial for the Sega game when I was a kid. I remember wanting to grab that for my Sega Genesis. It would never happen. It wasn't physically released in North America, you bastards. But now, you can get a hack of it. Does anyone else remember seeing a commercial for it? I think it played alongside Mega Man Soccer. It could have even been on one of those shopping network shows. More than meets the eye. A deluxe set for $349? I'm not sure about that. I paid about $200 for mine complete with a working ROM. I've seen some go for as low as $250 in the last year. $4.50 for Chrono Trigger? Why? Why did I buy that? Oh, never mind, it's actually $200. I was sick at the last expo, so I had to go home early, but I went home and made part 2 of the video. Part 2 I focused on my thoughts of the expo and what I got. These prices are interesting. Snow Brothers for $210, it's still hovering around there. I paid about $100 for mine early in 2013. DuckTales 2 was about $120, it's now about $150, give or take. This seller was asking about $90 for Conker's Bad Fur Day. They could still go for that much, but it's usually around $80 now. I was wondering if the rare replay on the Xbox One would knock down the price, and so far it hasn't. Maybe we'll see in a month or two. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Mega Man for $55. A year later, it's still about that much, maybe $60. Not much of a difference. Mega Man 5 for $70? As of today, the 5th Mega Man on the NES goes anywhere between $80 to $89. Gargoyle's Quest 2. They were asking for $70. Today, it's about $60. Knowing that game, it will rise again. The prices will rise again! I got some interesting items for the PDX Retro Expo in 2014. It was pretty much Castlevania themed. Bloodlines I got for about $60, today it'd be about $70. It's in the box, I don't think it's complete. Castlevania 64 I got for $25, today $28. Castlevania Symphony of the Night I got about $25. Black Label complete, today it would cost about $38. Remember, this is market value. You might spend more or less depending on where you go. It all depends on the seller or the circumstance. You might pay more or less. I do think I spent a little too much money on Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos though. I didn't get that for no $3, like I said in the box. My first episode of 2015 was about game prices. Mostly, it was about the stock market known as video game prices and the rises and falls of those prices. I wanted to retract something I stated in the video. I was wrong about what I thought about GameStop releasing their archive of retro games. Numerous insiders, including actual managers from GameStop, told my good friend and even myself that they have all these retro games in warehouses. This, for the most part, is true. It isn't as big as I perceived or how they made it out to be. I thought perhaps it would have several rares like Little Samson or Bubble Bobble 2, and when these get back into the wild, prices maybe would drop. This just isn't the case. I made this video back in January. GameStop has finally started selling retro games and systems from the NES up to the PS2. The selections are very small and are usually sold out. They list Bubble Bobble 2 and Zombie Nation, but there's none to buy. Demon's Crest for the SNES they have for sale about $99.99. Does GameStop have any? Of course not. Most of the prices are higher than market value as well, with a few exceptions. In March, I made my 9th episode about deals, lots, and bundles. Here I discuss the good deals and finds I've gotten over the last 5 years. I really haven't been able to discover these again. The best bundle I got in the last year happened about 4 months ago. I got an SNES Model 1 bundle, about 7 games. It came with Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 3, Link to the Past, Mortal Kombat, to name a few. I got that for $50. 2 days ago I got a Game Boy lot of 14 games, mixture of Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance for $10. Good deals, but they're rare these days. I don't think we'll get the deals we once got a few years ago. Episode 10, which was actually filmed before episode 9, was about how I got into retro collecting. I was still buying NES games in high school. I wish I bought more though. I remember in 1998 at Gateway Fred Meyer's they had a Mega Man 4 and a few other NES games for sale. They were dirt cheap too. I passed on them. I don't know why either. I wanted Mega Man 4 too. Damn you. Damn me. The old me. You fool! I tried to travel back in time too, but my flux capacitor is broke. What am I talking about? Oh, collecting these games have got me insane. They got me broke and insane. I have to file, and I have to do this, and I have to run, and bill collectors will call me all the time, and I'm fine now. We have finally arrived at episode 11, the episode before this one. Once again, I head to Colts Gaming for Kids. This year, I take an actual kid with me, my son, Xander. He filmed about 98% of the actual event. He used his Navi-Cam. It's kind of like a young kid's GoPro. It was fun. There seemed to be more Super Nintendo games than original Nintendo. Speaking of SNES, I finally got Demon's Crest, a game that I kept trying to get for the last year. Xander played in a Smash Brothers tournament. Didn't do too shabby. Another highlight was playing E.T. with a crowd around us. I wish we filmed that. The next episode is this one. Here I gave a commentary and talked about the entire series so far. And if you want to know more, please watch the video again so I don't have to repeat the whole commentary. Well, that wraps 2 years worth of So Wrong's Retro Collecting Series, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Thanks for watching. Oh, there's actually one more video coming out for Volume 2. I'm going to do a quick update video about my whole retro collection. It's grown a lot since 2012. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching again. Have fun. Go game. See you later.